So we're in Canva and I've uploaded some photos. The photo that I think I'm going to use is this one here. So because of the style of photo, and you can see that my arm is coming off to the right down here, I'm going to need to put that photo into that corner. So we're just going to expand that photo. And there we go there. I'm going to remove the background with the background remover. The title of the video is Easy Thumbnail Checker Tool. And I think that the words I want to have behind the photo is do this before posting. The next thing I need to do is have a look for a background. And the background color that I think I might use, I often try and tend towards blue, orange, green, or yellow. And I don't think I've picked a yellow for a little while, so I might just look for a yellow background. So we're in there, and then we've got these. I think that these look very Canva-y, so I tend to try not to use those. We're just scrolling down. Yellow background, yellow background. Maybe we will go for a orangey background. What does that look like? Orange, orange, orange. That looks a little bit not amazing. So I try to look for a background that is not like a million miles away from the context of the video that I'm doing, but I don't want it to stand out. I do want it just to be in the background. There, it's a bit much. That's a bit much. It might be too busy, but it's got the blue and orange. What I like about this is it does actually have the blue and orange, which isn't the worst thing in the world. We're going to go for 3 elements. We're going to go for a background, me, and some text. We've got the background, we've got me, looking for the text now. I always pick heading because I want to pick the biggest. So if I have got do this before posting, do this, now I have to think about forwards and do this before posting and a little bit behind the person. Right, so there's a few ways we can do this. Okay, so there's a few ways we can do this. I'm going to go to my usual font, and my usual font is Archivo Black. And I'm just going to make that white. So we're going to go there, we'll just tap off there. Oops, we're going to go back. If you make a mistake, you can just press that little undo. So add a heading, I'm going to make another one of those. Let's just replace that. Do this before posting. Do this before posting. Right, so let's expand it out. If we're looking at the size of the text, this one here is 101. So let's just make that 101. And let's make this one 101. Now I can already see that with my white, with the background that I've got, there's a bit of white on there, and that is going to clash with the white words. I haven't decided the color of the words yet, but let's just shift my photo so that I'm covering the white. Okay, so then we've got, so we don't want to be, and yeah, just trying to have a look to see maybe that might make sense. Right, so do this. We're going for that look where some of the letters are behind the person, and I like to match the same size font all the way through. I don't mind making each of the words different colors, but I like to have the same size font. So if we've got 101 there, and we've got, so we're already on there, 114. Let's go 114, and let's go 114. Okay, so we may need to even come over a little bit more if we want the words. I think it's really important to have the words really, really standing out because people need to see the thumbnail and see very, very quickly what your video is about, basically. Now, yep, am I happy with my hand coming in randomly like that? Usually I'm not, because if you can see here, this looks a little bit more like, okay, I've got an arm. So, but, you know, yeah, see, that looks a bit weird. That looks like it could be anyone's hand up on my head. So I'm kind of leaning towards, with that background, yeah, let's lean towards like leaving a bit of the arm on. Okay, let's just push some of the letters a little bit into my head. 106, 106, changing each now, 106. So I'm going to have to take that over a little bit more, I think. And we're just going to have to, you do really have to play around with the size of the letters, especially if you don't just have, like, for example, one big word that goes behind the person. And even then, there are some little challenges with that as well. So 114, let's go for 114 again. I'm just going to reduce down my photo. This is real. This is real. This is literally what I go through when I'm making a thumbnail, just constantly readjusting the size of the image of me and the words and the background and all of that stuff. So I'm now trying to think about how I can put me within the frame of the thumbnail and the words, and it overall to have a balanced look. So there's a little bit of, a little bit of playing around with trying to get that. Do this before posting. Right. Do this before posting. Let's see if we can make me a little bit smaller. We can easily make me look a bit smaller. So does that look like my hand there? Okay, let's go there. Right, okay. So now we are getting somewhere. And at the moment, we've only got one letter in that whole heading that is going behind me. This is how, duplicate. All right, this is how we make another one of me. So what I do is I just tend to copy. Let's just paste it down here. I just literally drop it somewhere. Come back up here. I delete this one. So now I just go copy and I just bring it back now, just because if you leave it there, it just gets all really, really fiddly. Paste. And then we can just pop it on there and it kind of clicks into place exactly like that. Right. Okay, so as you can see, copying my photo, now I can just pop it on top of the letters. And if we move it away, you can see that the letters are sitting on top of me. Right, so we're back here and it's got that lovely little click into place. Awesome. Okay, so now we're going to have a little bit of a think about whether actually on this one, whether I do want to make any of the words bigger. So as we can see now, all of those letters, I quite like that. All of the letters are behind the photo of me. The trick is that you still want to be able to read really, really quickly what the words are, because the brain can just detect the picture of the word and just make sense of it really, really quickly. So you don't want to cover up. So for example, if I had covered over this much, like just forgetting about all this bit being there, you can't actually take all that in at a glance. But just at the very end there, it means that you can. Do this before posting. I'm going to look now at the colours. I've got blue and I've got orangey and some sort of red there. I'm wondering whether I might bring in some yellow and just have that primary colour palette, which I do really like that. So let's just click on here. We'll go there. We'll move this into the yellow. And we just want to make sure that we can get some banana yellow, because the banana yellow is quite nice. Now, if you take this little tool here, and we can have a little look around. So see this here, and you can see it there, is looking a little bit fluorescent yellow. And one of the colors that seems to be quite popular at the moment is more the banana yellow. So if we go down here, there's the banana yellow, which I like that, but I'm not sure if it is standing out enough against the orange. But let's just go back to that yellow again. Let's just look at the fluorescent yellow. And is that standing out more? I think that is standing out more. And what's more, we can go to effects and we can see what the little lift is going to look like on top of that. Not sure if I like the lift on there, so we'll go none. And of course, you've got all of these that you can play with. Obviously, that splice isn't a good idea because it just distracts from readability. And that is how you put the words behind the person.